Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I wanted to kind of talk about that Craig Richard Joshua Buasti fight that took place over the weekend. You know, it was a big fight in the light heavyweight division, especially in the UK. And also, I wanted to talk about some of Vergil Hunter's comments and how they, after the fight, and how they could affect his future, and if I agree with him or disagree with him, and just dissect and all that stuff. So, let's start with the fight. This is a fight that many people viewed as a 50-50 fight because although Buatsi came in with the unbeaten record, Richards had definitely fought the stiffer of the opposition to date, fighting guys like Bivol, who's one of the best fighters in the world, just beat Canelo. He fought guys like Shakan Pitters, who was British champion, Jake Ball. And he had won some of these fights at domestic level as the underdog. And with him being a taller, rangier guy, kind of awkward. You know, people thought it was going to give Buatsi some fits. Now, Buatsi, I thought, passed his first, like, real big test in the pros in this fight because Buatsi was fighting a guy that I believe was on around the same level as him. A guy that I believe is world level, lower level world level, fringe world level, but world level nonetheless in Craig Richards. You know, he was having problems at times with the range and the awkwardness and sometimes the volume of a Craig Richards. Fortunately for him, he did a great job of handling himself on that inside. I think this is the best I've ever seen Buatsi fight on the inside. He really looked like he's really starting to adjust those professional or amateur fighting styles to the pros, and he fought very much like a pro, very explosive on the inside, very dangerous, someone to be reckoned with. And that, to me, his explosiveness and his ability to really make himself and his presence known on the inside was a big part of why I think he beat Richards as well as he did. So great win for Buatsi. It's on to bigger and better things. Craig Richards, I'm sure, will come back from this. I think he's a world level guy. These losses for Craig will make, when he does get a big win, because I think he will get a big win someday at world level. When it does happen, all these losses he's going through are going to make him make all this better from later on down the road. But you know, Vergil Hunter was asked about the potential of fighting, you know, the top guys. You know, at 175, the guys like Bivol, the guys like Canelo. You know, he was asked if he was ready for, if Buatsi, that is, was ready for guys like that. And Vergil Hunter said the following, and I quote, "I can't honestly say that right now because being at the world title level, there are just some things that I need to see. So honestly, I can't say that. But Buatsi will always be in the fight. Trust me, he'll always be there. I'm not saying that he will lose to Bivol or Canelo. I think he would give Canelo fits, and on top of his physicality, would give Canelo fits, and he would wear down Canelo. Bivol does some things that I think we should work on a little bit more. I want to make Buatsi a complete fighter and give him the opportunity to win a belt and keep a belt, not just fight for a belt and go back down. Win a belt and keep the belt." That's what he said. Why would you want to bring him down with you? You know, so those are the words from Vergil Hunter. And look, I've had a lot of criticisms and I poked a lot of fun at Vergil Hunter. But if there is two things I can say about Vergil Hunter, is that one thing Vergil Hunter will know better than anybody else is that, you know, it takes time for an elite amateur to fully adjust to the pro game. He did that with the guy that he's known for training the most, Andre Ward. You know, Andre Ward didn't become the Andre Ward. Andre Ward, towards the back end of his career and in his prime years, wasn't that guy early on. You know, there were a lot of questions about him early on, but eventually, as time wore on, he adjusted to the pro game and he carved out a brilliant career for himself. And I think for the first time, probably since Andre Ward, I would say Buatsi's probably the most talented fighter at the stage when Vergil got his hands on these fighters. I really think that Buatsi is the most talented fighter he's had since Ward. And I think in this fight, you know, the professional training style of Vergil Hunter and what they've been working on in the gym and drilling into the head of Buatsi in the gym, it paid off in a major way against a taller, rangier fighter who really didn't have a whole lot of answers for him on the inside due to the explosiveness. So, I think Buatsi is still some time away from a Bivol type of fight, but, you know, I really think for him, it's all about really getting comfortable with that pro style, because Buatsi's a guy that, he comes with a lot of pedigree, a lot of foundation from the amateurs, boxes very well from the outside. And now you're starting to see him get in that pocket a bit more, get a bit more aggressive in them trenches. And he's doing that now, but it takes time to do that for a sustained period of time at the pro level. And I think he's going to need like 2, maybe 3 more fights before he's ready for a world title against those guys. Personally, for me, look, I think the ultimate litmus test for Buatsi would ultimately be a fight against Anthony Yarde, a guy who is extremely explosive, has, in my opinion, improved a little bit since he got that new trainer, Cook. I think his name is James Cook. And that's a big domestic fight. So that's a fight that I think they should be looking at, especially because he has ranking position as well. Because I think their paths are going to cross one way or the other at some point. And look, Eddie Hearn, it's funny. Eddie Hearn at the press conference had kind of floated the idea of Buatsi fighting Beterbiev, and Vergil's like, do you want to give him brain damage? Do you want to bring him down with you? So obviously Vergil's not too keen on a Beterbiev fight, and he's not too keen on a Bivol fight. So he clearly understands that Buatsi is some time away from fighting those type of guys. But if a Canelo ever came around, he would feel confident putting him in there with a Canelo. But I rate Buatsi. I've always thought he was one of the best fighters in the Matchroom stable. Probably one of the only Eddie Hearn fighters that I think could get a world title and keep it. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough at light heavyweight. And the process continues. You got guys like Zurdo, guys like Beterbiev, guys like Bivol, guys like Anthony Yarde, guys like Joe Smith. And I think he's still 2 more fights away from a world title. Just because, some of the volume punches that I seen Craig Richards hit him with, I can see people hitting him with those same shots. I can see Beterbiev hitting with those same shots with more oomph behind them. So, as well as school of a fighter as he is, I still think right now he's in the middle of being he's in the middle of becoming fully a professional fighter and fully getting away from the amateur tendencies. But overall, really good performance. I think Buatsi will be a world champion. I will stick to my guns on that. I've been saying it for a long time. Great performance for him against a game fighter and a determined fighter in Craig Richards. And we'll see how this all develops. We'll see how this all develops. Is this going to be the best fighter and the best training job Vergil Hunter has done since Andre Ward? We will definitely see as things progress. But let me know what you guys think. Who is Joshua Buasti to you in the light heavyweight division? And, how would you see him faring against the top champions and contenders? Let me know that in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dang. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.